Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you guys some of my tips and tricks for touching up your makeup at the end of the day. When your makeup has parted ways and you're just like, you guys, we need to get it back together. So what I'm going to do is wait a little while, see how much stress I can give my face. I am wearing double wear. I did not think about this beforehand. I probably should have worn a foundation that I have more of an issue with, but bear with me, I'm going to demonstrate it anyway. So I'm going to show you guys what I like to use, what my favorite products are, and my whole spill. And I might even tell you guys a few things to carry with you if you think that you're going to have to touch up at the end of the day. So if you are curious, just keep watching. Okay, it has been about 8 hours, if not just a little bit more, and that's the first tip I'm going to tell you. Do not wait too long. I really wanted to do this about an hour or so ago, but the sun was directly in here, so it wasn't going to happen. And whew, it is hot in here now with the sun right there. Anyway, so you can see I'm a little bit more shiny right now, but this is pretty much as bad as my double wear gets, which is not bad at all. So the first thing I'm going to do is blot, because the center of my face tends to get a little shiny, and the last thing you want to do when you're going to put powder on is put it on top of oil. So even if you don't have blot sheets of any kind, get a tissue, get something, get the excess oil off your face. Otherwise it's going to look cakey. My favorite ones to use are from MAC, and I'm just going to pop one of these guys out. And we're going to get the oil off my face. Especially around my, look at that. That's so gross. That's around my nose. This is a good look, right? So as you can see, I had a little bit of oil on my face. Now that I've gotten the oil off my face, I'm ready to touch up. What I will not do is go in with some of my favorite powders that I set my face with, because this makeup is not what I would consider perfect, fresh makeup. I have pores, I have imperfections, so if I go in with La Mer or with Sicily, then anything that's not perfected right now is going to be emphasized. I made this mistake once and I will never do it again. My favorite powders for touching up my makeup are definitely foundation powders, more specifically the MAC Studio Fix. And I have two different colors because if I use it up here, I'll use a lighter one like NC15 and then NC30 down below. So what I'm going to do is grab NC30 and go down here. I've got it on my sponge, and this is the best way I like to do it when this chin tends to separate more than anything else. So I like to press in the product to make it have a smooth finish again. And I also take this up right around my mouth. If I had any issues on the side of my face, I would do that too. I would just press the makeup in. But generally speaking, I don't have any issues here. What I like to do before I go in with makeup around my nose is take the brush I'm going to use and smooth it out. And then right at my smile lines, but don't move it too much. What I find is for me, I really perfect the face as much as I possibly can. So that means powder, that means foundation, it means another powder, it means bronzer, everything cream bronzers, and then I'm setting my face. So if I take a wet wipe or anything and I take off the makeup, then I have a line, and that line is there. It's not going to go anywhere. And so when I try to put makeup and blend it together, it does not blend together. So what I like to do is kind of blend out the bad parts and then add on top of it. So I'm going to take my NC15. I'm going to go around my nose. And the reason why I'm using a foundation powder here is because I know that it lifted off the makeup. Around my pores, I'm going to use something different because I want to just smooth them out and none of the makeup is actually gone there. My favorite one to touch up right around here to make everything smooth is the I was thinking of Drunk Elephant. The Hyaluronic Hydra Powder from By Terry. I'm going to take just a tip of it in my little brush, and I like to carry around a brush that I don't necessarily care about in my makeup bag for this, and I will put it on. You see powder go everywhere. Up my nose, will make me cough, and then smooth everything out. And now hopefully you guys can see how much smoother that area is. I will say you can bring a bigger brush if you want to. I just like to get the powder specifically where I want it, so I don't end up with anything cakey around places I don't need it. Like I don't need my highlight, my blush, or anything else to move, so I'm very specific about where I put my powders. If you are dry and you're doing this and you're worried about things looking too powdery or too cakey or anything, use either MAC Fix Plus or a setting spray that is hydrating to set all that and make it look like skin again. I don't like to do that because usually on me it has a reverse effect because of my pores and I'm already oily there. It's already broken through the makeup a little bit. So I want to add the powder and then just leave it alone. But if you're dry, definitely spray your face afterwards. So how many of you get crepey at the end of the day? Right around your eyes. You feel like you look dry, you look tired, all of the above. That's me right here. There's a girl at work who is always running around doing this with a product, and I was like, what are you doing? So she convinced me to use this after several tries because I was convinced that it was going to separate my makeup, but it does not. Unless you use too much. I did that once, I used too much, and it definitely separated my concealer. So learn from me, don't do that. Use very little. This is from Trish McEvoy, and this is the Line Refiner. What you want to do is take this guy out. It has a little doe foot applicator. Do not put this directly on your skin. You will move your makeup. Don't do it. Again, learn from me. Take a little bit of it, put it on your ring finger, put it together. Make sure you do not get too much. And right around here, tap it in. It will make your highlight look better. It'll make any fine lines look better. Dryness, everything looks better with this product. And do not put it underneath here. I put it there and it separated. So make sure, just keep it right out here. And suddenly, you don't look dry anymore. So in a nutshell, that is what I do. I am going to talk about a few products that are some options for you guys as far as powders and whatnot. So obviously I like to use MAC Studio Fix. If you do not want to use a foundation powder, and a foundation powder is just, it's thicker, it's going to match up with your makeup better if you wear a lot of makeup. Now if you don't, MAC's Mineralize Skinfinish is a good one to touch up with. NYX No Filter, also a good one to touch up with. And as far as translucent powders go, if you do not have the By Terry, then I would suggest one of these. I love the Chanel Loose and the Cover FX Perfecting Powder, whatever this guy is. Those are both really nice as well. Okay, so as far as your makeup bag goes, what you want to carry is going to be up to you. How much touching up do you want to do? Do you want to just catch a little bit of the oil? Take your blotting powders, a tissue, anything, and then just one little powder. If you're high maintenance like me, I'm gonna have these. I'm gonna have 2 powders at least, a little brush, my line refiner, and then my lipstick. But it's all up to you guys and what you feel like doing. Anywho, those are just my tips and tricks. That is what I'm doing at work in the mirror. Like 7 hours in, I'm like, oh my God, let me fix this. I'm looking a little crazy. That's what I do. But I would love to know some of yours down below, so leave them. I want to know your products and your tricks. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!